I'm joined here today by Thiago Alves, set to fight Alexei Kunchenko at UFC Moscow. Thiago, how are you today?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. So this fight, obviously, UFC Moscow, is going to be taking place in Russia. Is this your first time going to Russia, or have you been before?
First time.
Oh yeah, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. I think it'll be a good show. Every time UFC goes to a country for the first time is always a good turnaround, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so is it harder for you knowing that you're fighting a guy in his backyard and you're going to be traveling while he's not?
No, not really. I think the pressure's on him. That's his home. He needs. I'm pretty sure he has all the support over there, and people expect him to do well. I'm gonna go over there, man. I'm gonna dock my ship. I'm gonna burn my ship. So the only way I can come back is taking his ship home. So I'm coming for blood.
And is it tough for you leaving the warm, beautiful Florida for obviously Russia that's known for being very cold?
That's actually, pretty exciting, traveling, for work. And it's not like I'm going to spend the rest of my life there. I'm just going to go in, kick some ass, make some money, come back home.
And so obviously you do have a long flight to get there, a relatively long flight. Is that going to mess with your weight cut? Is that a factor you guys have thought about?
No, I've done this a few times, so I'm just going to go probably a week before the show to get acclimated, and then stay there.
And are you worried at all about the time change, or do you usually adjust to that pretty easily?
You do what you got to do to get acclimated. That's why I'm going a week before.
And so, what do you plan on doing during the flight? Are you one of those people? Do you sleep the whole way? Do you watch a movie? Like, what do you plan on doing?
I'm gonna try to sleep, but you never know.
And so, obviously, you're headed to Russia for a fight. You're fighting this Alexei person. He's obviously, a lot of people are very excited for him. He's a tough prospect. What are your thoughts on him heading into the fight?
I seen a few of his fights. He's a tough dude. He got powers. He's undefeated. But I don't think the level of competition he's been facing is the same level of competition I've been facing my whole career. So I think that's going to play a big part in on my advantage. And I'm prepared for war, man. I'm going to go out there ready to fight, hard for 50 minutes. I'm going to make it bloody. I'm going to make a good fight.
And I'm sure you've had a chance to look at tape, your coaches as well. What do you think of the matchup?
I think it's a great matchup. I'm finally fighting a guy, that is my age, and around my height, my reach. I usually do pretty well with guys like that, so I'm excited for it.
And so, unfortunately, you are coming off a loss to Curtis Millender. What do you think went wrong for you in that fight?
I think I was making the best with, a shitty situation I was dealt with. I was supposed to fight Perry in September, actually in August, and then the fight got moved to September. And then I just jump in and out of the training camp getting ready for Zach Cummins, and then that fight didn't go through. At that point, I was burned out, but, I needed to fight. So they just booked me, 3 weeks after that, 4 weeks after that with a complete different guy, a very tall, lanky striker, opposed to a lefty grappler. So I didn't have enough time to prepare. I didn't see a lot of video on the guy, and I was just going to go out there and fight hard. And he surprised me. He was a lot better than I expected. That's why he's been doing pretty good. I guess he fought again and did well as well. I think he's going to do pretty great. But no excuse. I think I expect more of myself. I should have won that fight regardless. I was trying to find my groove. I think I was doing a lot better since I got dropped in the second round. I was winning, but then I got caught with that big knee. And then, once you get caught with a big knee like that, there's not much you can do about it. But you live and you learn, you come back better, and that's my goal right now.
And looking back, obviously, we know we don't like to dwell on the past or anything, but would you have declined that fight, or do you wish you hadn't accepted that fight, looking back at all the circumstances?
Well, that was something that was presented to me. I had no choice. My
Okay.
guy in January couldn't fight, and I needed to fight. I wanted to fight. I want to make money, and that was the fight they sent me. I'm old school. I never turned down a fight. I'm not going to do it now. So, yeah, it could have been a little bit more preparation if I had more time to prepare. But, I did the best with what I had in my hands.
And obviously, it's a big learning situation for yourself. What do you sort of take away from the fight, not just from the preparation, but from actually being out in the cage?
Don't get knee in the face. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough. And so I believe last time we saw you, it's been about 7 months. Did you want to take so much time off in between? I mean, what was sort of your plan for a return?
No, I wanted to fight in June or July, but I guess it's just one of those things now with UFC. We got so many fighters in that roster, so you have to wait, a few months to get a fight now. But we're back at it, and hopefully I get to get another fight before the year ends as well.
And we know a couple years ago you did make the drop to 155 to face Jim Miller. Do you think you're done with 155, or was that too much of a cut for you?
No, man, I have no regrets. I tried. I couldn't make it, but it's something that I had a vision and I thought I could do it, but, my body didn't allow me. And, at least I went out on my shoe. I did everything I could and it didn't go my way. But I'm back at 170 right now and I feel great. Life is a lot better now.
And when you returned to 170, how did your body feel? I mean, did you realize just how much better 170 was for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so obviously you are set to fight soon. Your preparation, I'm sure you're in the middle of camp, but what stage are you at in your camp?
Excuse me?
What stage are you at in your camp? What point are you at in your training?
We're at preparation, man. We're always at that, being the best we can be to make sure we kick ass. That's the preparation right now. That's the phase.
And is your camp just like any other camp for this fight, or have you changed a few things for this opponent? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
I was just saying, what sort of preparation have you been going through for your camp? Is this just like any other camp for you? Have you had to change some things for this opponent?
It's just another camp for me, man. I've been through this for a while. Ain't much to it. Just got to make sure I'm 100% ready to engage on fight night and put it on the show.
All right, so I just have one more for you coming back to the fight. How do you see this fight playing out?
It needs to be a knockout victory or submission. I don't want to leave for the judges over there.